Southern California, beaches, sunsplash days, surf, and plenty of good vibrations. But we're selling more than California dreaming. It's called PGF. Girls' premier fast-pitch softball from every corner of this country. This tonight is the best of the best. PGF Senior High School All-American game. It's right now. "36 of the very best, soon-to-be college baseball players in the land heading into their senior year in high school. This is the first ever Premier Girls Fast Pitch High School All-American game here in Irvine, California. The who's who of coaches: Jenny Ritter, former dominating All-American at Michigan. And she's not alone. Jenny Finch in the West dugout. Jenny Finch, of course, the legend of softball, the three-time All-American, three-time Pac-10 first team, Pac-10 Pitcher of the Year, a who's who among softball, and that's just the beginning. The coaching staff is incredible. And this one in the booth with her expertise. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. Olympic gold medalist Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for joining us for this very special event on a Friday night. You put them all together. You put them on one field. It's a celebration of softball, but let's get down to brass taxes. These will be the players taking over on ESPNU college softball in about a year from now.
And that's what the exciting thing is we're watching these players now. In 1 year, we could be seeing a number of them on TV at the Women's College World Series postseason, NCAA softball just next year. So putting them all on one field, there's going to be an overload of talent.
So we're excited to showcase that talent tonight. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the East. For the East squad: Alyssa Brown, Ciara Bryan, Kayla Conwent, Shannon Rhodes, Miranda Ellish. It's Alyssa Dayton, Hannon Edwards, Taylor Ellis, Nicole Mendez, Claire Jenkins. We will introduce you deeply to one and all because they've earned the right to be introduced, and they have earned the right with what they have accomplished. And working a college commit to Oregon State in the circle, Narissa Eason, number 11 on that jersey. And Narissa, AASA, an Oregon State commit out of Grass Valley, California, and a talented softball pitcher. Let's take a look at the defense behind her. The fun thing about this defense, there are a couple that just came off that 18U national championship game. Looking right, there's Barrera. She's a firecracker. She just won a national title. Look at the second baseman, Bates. They had to change uniforms. They're national champs. Now they're playing in this game. I think that part of it's fun for the West All-Star team as well.
Oh, definitely. Those players just coming off of that high, winning a national championship. But now this is just a completely different feel on the field for this game. This is potentially their very last game before going off to playing in college. So what better way to prepare than to play against the best?
Alyssa Brown to lead things off. Again, the first time this has ever been pulled together. And it's something that we look forward to for years to come, a reward for these players. And much like any All-Star game or All-American game, there's been a lot of smiles and jerseys exchanging, T-shirts, stories being told. East wearing the red, West wearing the blue. By the way, the rest of the coaching staff, we showed you Jenny Ritter, we showed you Jenny Finch in that East dugout. Along with Ritter is Garland Cooper and Susie Brasney. And in the West dugout, Tony Mascarenas and Crystal Bustos. Jenny Finch, we overheard her just a moment ago. Though she's the legend, talk about how much fun she's having. She turned to all her players and said, hey, listen, if you guys need anything, if you need anything, let me know.
Well, I mean, look at the athletes that you're coaching.
Roll to the left side. We're underway. Gobbled up out there at third base by Shannon Rhodes. And a nice play made there. Or check that. Maddie Nichols out there at third. There's Jenny looking on from that West dugout.
Ciara Bryan.
Ciara Bryan now. Bryan with the Georgia impact. Goes right to work. Gumping out from behind home plate, attempting to grab it. There's Jamoli Polo working behind home plate. These athletes excited before the game. There's not a seat to be had, chairback, because now the chairbacks are at premiums. The sun is gone. It's great to sit out in these seats now. It was a warm day here in Southern California. Bryan takes high. It'll be out over the Pacific very soon. Bouncing ball up the ladder, fine play at short, shooting it on across. The shortstop, Jessica Harper with the play, and Sierra Bryan is erased. We were talking about Narissa Eason in the circle. Wrists her teammate's collar. Tell us a little bit more about how she gets folks out.
Oh, she obviously throws the ball really hard, and like any great pitcher, spots it really well in the corners.
Over the outside corner.
In a game like this, what's fun about being in her position is you're surrounded by the best defense that there is. So you go ahead and put the ball down in the zone, let your defense work behind you.
Kayla Conwent. The Illinois Chill Gold, her travel team. Catcher, first baseman, third baseman. It's her home in Salem, Wisconsin. Takes a little bit low as that one dives out of there. These players all taking part in the PGF National Championship Tournament this week. Most of them playing deep into the tournament. As we talked about, the couple of firecrackers, Rico out here on the diamond, who won it all. Some playing all the way until just a little while ago. Tony Rico's team, the Southern California team, winning the 18U National Championship right here on ESPNU. Bouncing ball out toward short, another chance for Harper. Harper fields and fires, and on across in time for the out. 1-2-3 inning. This All-American game is underway, and we're glad to have it for you.
There are a ton of ladies that wish they could, okay? But they're not. You are. All right? Live it up. Give it all you've got. Leave it all in the field. Have a blast today. Have fun. If you need anything, any three of us, please ask Quade. Don't be shy, okay?
We were talking about that a moment ago. Jenny Finch offering help. If they need anything out there, she'll be glad to provide it. National champions Bates in that lineup. As we take a look at the rest of the lineup, Jenna Holcomb, Aaliyah Jordan, Jessica Harper for the West, Madeline Nichols, Deja Mulipola, Mia Camuso playing deep into this tournament as well, Amanda Doyle, Brady Fillmore, and Alyssa Barrera, also recently a PGF national champion at the 18U level. In the circle for the Beverly Bandits, the fine team out of the greater area, the Chicagoland area. She's committed to Oregon. Miranda Ellish is in the circle. And Miranda with the defense working behind her. By the way, Miranda out of Crown Point, Indiana. Brown, Bryant, Edwards with Rose, Ellis, Jenkins, Mendez is at first. And Conwent, we saw her swing the bat a moment ago. First team flow, softball, All-American Miranda Ellish. The state player of the year once again in Indiana. Dominating season. Nicole Bates goes to work and chops that one foul. Sis, her teammates call it. And Sis, fresh off of winning that national championship for Tony Rico's Firecrackers team. 14 years she's been playing softball. She is going to play at Washington.
Yeah, so far we've talked about Oregon State, Oregon, Washington. These girls are going to be seeing a lot of each other in the coming years.
By the way, this is earlier. Here are two late players. We're not going to make you run because you had to go change. You had to put your trophies away. Congratulations on the national championship. That's great stuff.
Congratulations now. Let's go play.
Yeah, let's go play. Let's have some fun. And this is, look, it's intense when you're out there. You've been in these kind of games, but it's fun. I mean, this is fun. I mean, you know, you're wearing like uniforms, usually your foes in different uniforms, whether it's prep or travel teams, as that one is bunted foul. Remind everyone the type of player Bates is.
She's I would describe her as a scrappy player, but she's not a scrappy player. She's versatile. She's got a lot of tools. She's got the short game. She could swing away, but man, she gets on base and she just uses her speed. Here goes for a pitch up in the zone, which she doesn't normally do, but she's got such great hand-eye coordination that she can really take any pitch, put into play, and get herself on.
Ellis in that circle. Bouncing ball, not an easy chance up the ladder. Nothing Shannon Rhodes could do. And a smile. This game's fun when you can run like that, isn't it, Nicole?
I bet she's probably just saying, oh my gosh, I just can't miss right now. She seems to have that feeling because she has continued this from the actual tournament into this game, which I think is so hard to do. You get so high on that national championship, and then you got to get back into this game.
Jenna Holcomb, that is a foul ball. Well, then yesterday she played, what, 4 games yesterday. And then doing it again today. Holcomb, by the way, with the SoCal Athletics at one time winning this PGF National Championship 4 consecutive years at the 18U level. They basically invented the trophy when it first came out. Out of Los Alamitos High School, Jenna is committed to the University of Tennessee. All facing Miranda Ellis. Another chopper, foul. So let's get down to brass taxes. You went inside both dugouts, and I think people that are tuned in now want some secrets. And a little bit of an edge from the East squad because they think that West squad over there, well, they're kind of, the inventors of the sport, right?
They're a little entitled, I would say, those on the West, so I've been told, being one. I don't feel that way, but the East might have a little chip on their shoulder.
Runner on the move, and she swiped it. That's a stolen base for Bates. Saying there may be a little edge in that dugout. And I'm saying that Jenny Ritter kind of fans the Flames a little bit. How about that?
Well, they were funny joking about signs and secrets and trick plays and all that.
Quick, across the diamond. That's a good-looking play by Ellis.
But really, the message to their team was, hey, this could be the very last game that you play on the field before you head off to college. So leave it out on the field. Have a great time. But just let it go. Leave this part of your career on the field and prepare to move on.
Aaliyah Nicole Jordan is from Marty Tyson's travel team, former minor leaguer for the Cubs, the Corona Angels, and Jordan. High fly ball, center field. Leaping, she took it away! Bryan all the way back to the wall. She took a home run away. Wow, what a play. Sierra Bryan going to Georgia just did this.
And this is just a gorgeous hit, but look at the way that she gets up over that fence. Bryan robs that home run.
You're getting a good one in Athens. This is the kind of stuff you hope to have happen in an All-American game. By the way, a run does tag and score. We want to absolutely point that out because Bates with the aggressiveness and the stolen base, and Holcomb with the good at-bat to move her over. And it's a 1-0 lead for the West squad. But we essentially had a home run swing and an elite play in one play. That's why you have games like this. For the SoCal Choppers. That's who Jessie Harper plays for, and she's committed to go to Arizona. And she earns herself a walk. She is on. You crushed one. Bouncing ball. Oh, bad hop, a tough hop, and ate her up out there at short. Ellis did everything she could, but just not much more you could do. Taylor, the Baylor committed shortstop. So Jessica Harper, she reaches on a walk. Maddie Nichols reaches with that ground ball to the other side. Maddie, by the way, All-American Sports Academy. That one sails high and is a UCLA commit. She's out there at first. Inside, has her backed out of there.
Ellis just working the corners, trying to figure out this strike zone. She's getting a little help from her defense, so keep serving it up, letting them hit the ball.
Number 33, Deja Mulipola.
Deja Mulipola is hitting now. OC Batbuster stiff, catcher in an outfielder, and a gap hitter. That one is down. All the way to the wall. One run is in. They'll send the second runner on around. The throw to the plate. Hits the runner sliding in. Safe at the plate. 2 more runs score. Nichols and Harper both come on around to score big runs. And though the home run was taken away, right back come the West. Deja Molipola with a pair of RBIs, a double, and she moves up on the throw.
This is not a bad pitch off speed, but Molipola keeps her hands back, drives it in the left center field. So much power out of the bats of these hitters. Look at again, we've seen this today in a few of the other championships. The lower half goes a little earlier, but the hands stay back and they're able to get through. Nice, quick, strong swing.
Mia Camuso, that's a fair ball. And that's a nice play at third. Not an easy job for Shannon Rhodes, but some fun in this inning. A double with a pair of RBIs, a single, a stolen base. Oh, by the way, Aaliyah Jordan with a home run bid. Sierra Bryant headed to Georgia. Not this time. What a beautiful destination, Bill Barber Stadium in the heart of Irvine, California. If you look real close, you don't have to squint too much. The Pacific shining bright as the sun says goodnight for the evening. About to set beyond Deanna Manning Stadium, the perfect game. High school All-American game, the very finest heading into their senior year, and dominating players heading to college softball as well. Shannon Rhodes to lead things off. Number 28 on that jersey, competes for the Texas Glory. Shannon goes to work with a base hit into center field. Marissa Eason is in the circle. Shannon committed to the University of Oregon. And she gets things started.
Now batting number 12, Miranda Elish.
Miranda Ellis with that wide open stance, goes to work, drives that one into right center field. There is space, it is down. They'll send the runner, no, they'll stop the runner at third base at the last moment with nobody out, probably a wise decision. All right, here comes the East right back. Ellis splits the gap. Narissa Eason in the circle out of Grass Valley, California, the Oregon State commit.
Number 30, Alyssa.
And a couple Oregon Ducks on the bases now.
That's exactly right, back to back.
If you're Coach Mike White and you're watching this, you got to be pretty happy with the position you're in, getting a couple big hitting and pitching stars.
I like Coach White, very interesting guy. Very few of the coaches that have done it like his players have for so long in the circle. Legendary fast pitch. It's in a separate story in its own right. Alyssa Dalton out of Cypress, Texas. Bouncing ball, just a quick look back, firing on a cross to the plate with the tag out at the plate. Rhodes took a chance. Doyle on the spot. Molipola doing a nice job hauling it in and applying the tag. This game is not disappointed, and you love the chances players are taking.
Heck yeah, look at how close she is to third base and still takes the chance at going home, and this turns out to be a lot closer than it should have been. A beautiful slide by Rhodes.
Anna Edwards out of the box, chops at that one. Out of Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, Catasauqua High School. She's going to Pitt. Pennsylvania Chaos, her team. Mom is Teresa, dad is Robert. Eason fires that one home. Eason out of the circle. Boy, got rid of that one quickly with something on it. Somehow she had a clean inning. It looked like the East was ready to go, make some noise. Couple of ducks right there on the pond, if you will. That's exactly what you say, isn't it, with runners on the base pad? But you get rid of the ducks by doing that. The third member of our broadcast team, our resident catcher, collegiate catcher, Elena Conkar, joining us. Elena, glad to have you with. What do you have for us to kick things off?
Thanks, Darren. I just want to talk about how awesome it is that the Midwest is expanding in the sport of softball, and how all these girls from the Midwest in the cold are going to big D1s. For example, for the East, the catcher, I have to give her a little shout out. Catcher from Wisconsin, going to Wisconsin-Madison, has a home run record in Wisconsin with 50 home runs.
That's a perfect shout out. You, by the way, catch at Concordia University Division II school, but you're a Scotty, aren't you?
I do love my cheese and beer.
Okay. I'm allowed to say that. This is absolutely a great way to do it. Right away. Elena announcing her presence with authority from behind home plate. 3-0 the score. The West squad on top. This is Amanda Doyle for the SoCal Choppers out of Canyon High School. She goes to work in there. Back behind Taylor Ellis, who gave it a chase. But Ellis unable to make the play. Ellis, a Michigander, speaking of Midwest, the shortstop out there who is headed to Texas. Batting 10 in this game because they can. I mean, it's simply put, an All-American game, you should.
Well, we want to see them hit. So let's bat them all.
This is Brady Fillmore. Brady's a pitcher and a shortstop. 2-0 the count. Over the outside. Gets the call, though. Northwest Bullets, she's from Idaho. She's committed to play at Cal Berkeley pitch and play in the middle of the infield.
You know, you don't see that very often anymore. Usually by a certain period of time in your career, pitchers or middle infielders, because they're just so very, you know, distinct positions, important positions, you kind of have to define yourself as one or the other. But to say you're a pitcher and shortstop going to a school like Berkeley next year, it says a lot about her athleticism.
Conwin working hard behind the plate to frame those pitches up. Bouncing ball up and over the head of the circle. There's one on to first, not in time. Miranda Ellis, the Indiana native, committed to Oregon in the circle.
Look at the decision to turn and throw to second base, Taylor Ellis, over to Jenkins instead of going with her momentum over to first.
Alyssa Barrera. Barrera, part of that group that just finished winning a national championship with Tony Rico's team. Alyssa, Bishop Amat Memorial High School out of Chino Hills, California, inland a bit, not too far from here, and committed to go to Utah. Waves right through that one. I'm going to go ahead and update her biggest softball moment. She wrote this, let's see, winning PGF championship in 2013, about 30 minutes ago in 2016. Stayed back as long as she could on the changeup, but not much you can do with it. Unable to double off Fillmore back there. So Barrera, a little pop out to short to Ellis. 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting, number 5, Nicole Bates.
The pesky Nicole Bates, the Washington commit. Michelle is mom and dad is John. That's a hot shot. Boy, she leaned on that one, hit hard into right field. It's funny, both diamond sports, you can just see certain ground balls look different immediately off the bat. And it's not that that's a ground ball that had eyes. It danced through like they're trying to sneak through. It's just a firm, hard ground ball that you know is going to be a base hit the moment it leaves the bat. Tennessee commit Jenna Holcomb tapes that one right out of the catcher's mitt and fouls it off. Bates has got a couple of singles. She stands up there at first. How about that change up just off the plate?
a nice pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
You really have to give it up to the batteries in a game like this because they don't have an opportunity to work with one another at all leading up to this game. So the pitch calling, the receiving, knowing movement, that's tough. Difficult for both the pitcher and the catcher to adjust so quickly.
Jenny in that first base box. She said, let me know what I can do for you, including hold your equipment when you're on base. Get that Evo Shield guard all curled up. I promise you, that's not hers. Runner going to third, throw with the tag. Beautiful. I just tried to sneak one by there, but Fillmore gone down. Conwent ready to roll, fires it from behind home plate. Beautiful throw. Framed it up, fired it down. Ascani with that arm. Good stuff. A game that hasn't disappointed and doing the little things right, too. Sliding at the right place, trying to avoid the tag. This just a moment ago. And then to follow it up.
They're taking risks on the base paths and trying to modify with a little bit of a side slide, but they're so smooth in the way that these athletes are able to get around catchers' tags and get their hands in there. It's very athletic moves.
All right, here's Taylor Ellis. Competes her travel team, Texas Glory, Coach Shelton. Midway High School in Waco, Texas, which means if you're good, Baylor will find you. You're in their backyard. She's committed to go to Baylor. Actually played in the Little League World Series in 2011. Had that opportunity with the Waco Little League baseball team. What a great concept to have these players together from all over the country on one field. Bouncing ball, guess who's on? Having fun with us on your smartphone tonight. Hashtag PGF Nationals 2016, the coaching staff. And that's what's really lighting up Twitter. Jenny Ritter, Garland Cooper, Susie Brasney, the East coaches, the West coaches, Jenny Finch, Tony Mascarenas, and Crystal Bustos. 60 consecutive pitching wins for Jenny Finch, an NCAA record, Olympic gold and silver medalist. I'm sitting next to an Olympic gold medalist. Pitched professionally for the Chicago Bandits. And sat in the same chair Amanda has on occasion as a color analyst as well. Chat with Jenny in just a bit. We'll also talk with Jenny Ritter. Jenny will be super nice, and we'll see if we can stir up Jenny Ritter. Kind of stir up the rivalry a little bit. 2-0 the count. Coming right out of the box, that one is bunted foul. Nicole Mendez. Alyssa Loza is in the circle. That needed to be pointed out. Alyssa out of North Torrance High School. Explosion 18U gold. Arizona State University is where she is committed. Talking, of course, about the pitcher Alyssa. Played for her second consecutive CIF Division IV championship this past year in high school. Nicole pounds that one out in front of the plate. What a play from short. Really good job unloading it quickly. Jessica Harper with that play.
Absolutely no room for any hesitation in this field or transfer a throw. If it wasn't a strike, if it wasn't a strong strike, that's a safe call. And the all-out effort, the stretch by Doyle at first base. A nice complete play.
Claire Jenkins, that one sails up into the top part of the strike zone. Birmingham Thunderbolts. She's from Coleman High School and is committed to the University of Alabama. Had some fun moments with Coleman this year. She's been playing for a decade. Thinking about one of her moments she was sharing. Senior night. Of course, it's senior night, right? And it's your final time. Talk about seizing the opportunity a la Cal Ripken in the All-Star game. On senior night against a rival team, led off the game with a homer. Ended the game with a walk-off homer. On senior night. Against the team you can't stand. 1-2 the count, so Jenkins will always remember that. Her club, a good one. A very, very good one. It's been fun to have Jenny Ritter around, too, with her staff. All-time Michigan record holder in so many categories. U.S. national team gold medalist, World Cup, Pan Am Games. Right in on the hands. It's been fun to watch her play short out there. Jessica Harper, for the second time, gets Claire Jenkins.
Number 2, Alyssa Brown.
Alyssa Brown also plays for a fine team out of the South, the Birmingham Thunderbolts. From eclectic Alabama, Elmore County High School. Much like the previous hitter, she too committed to the University of Alabama. Went and got it, framed it up very nicely from behind home plate. Deja Mulipula. That was a first-team All-State. There's her battery mate in Deja. 2-1, 2 outs. That is a foul ball. Just missed extra bases. A foul ball there.
That's about as close to that fair line as you can get, but great call. It's about 2 inches foul, but well struck. Showing a little bit of that power from the slot position. Not having any fun in the dugout.
No,
obviously.
It doesn't look fun for anyone.
It's way too serious of a game.
2-2 the count. Snap throw and back diving in plenty of time. Quick chance in case it's one inning. Your thoughts on Loza from what you've seen in the circle?
I think she's doing a nice job. It takes a little bit of time to settle into these games, and you really have no breathing room when you're facing a lineup like this. Typically, you have that 3-4-5 that you have to settle in, but here everybody is getting it done.
Yeah, some of these pitchers working just one inning and showing their stuff, showcasing the finest heading into their senior year in high school. 3-0, the West squad on top. This, the PGF All-American. No better way to enjoy softball than on the coast. Catch a wave and put together two of the finest. Jenny Ritter on your right. Legendary USA Softball Player of the Year, Jenny Finch on the left. 60 consecutive wins, Olympic gold and silver medalist. The head coaches and the staff of Garland Cooper, 3-time All-American. Susie Brasney, 19-time ASA All-American on the east side. Former Wildcat Tony Mascarenas, 2-time All-American, USA national team member, and Crystal Bustos, one of the best Fastpitch softball record holders, multiple world records in performance as well. So just loaded in those dugouts with great stories to tell and leadership. Maggie Baint in the circle. We'll introduce you to Maggie as that one sails to the backstop. Maggie is from Landenberg, Pennsylvania. She is an Oregon commit. Her opportunity to work now. Pennsylvania Chaos Gold is the team, the club team that she works for, and out of Avon Grove High School. Or Avon, I should say. Avon Grove High School. That one is a base hit into left field. Kendall Lindemann is behind home plate as well, an Iowa native and committed to go to Minnesota, so a brand new battery out there. Aaliyah Nicole Jordan. Fly ball left field. And that one is put away for the first out of the inning after the base hit for Holcomb. Getting comfortable in that batter's box now. SoCal Choppers, Jessica Harper. I know it's happening fast, but after you watch a batter or two jump in and break down these pitchers, anything that you see, I know we have smaller scouting reports. I asked Amanda folks tonight just to be a scout a little bit, because some players I know you're seeing for the first time. Fly ball right, beater that time, long run, and it's run down out there. Going an awful long way and making a nice play out there. That's Hannah Edwards.
A little bit of a late swing, pop up underneath, out into right field. Edwards tracks this ball, runs it down, makes a nice grab. I think what I'm liking about all these pitchers so far is they're working really quick.
Okay.
You know, they've got good rhythm out there. They're hammering the strike zone. They're not messing around too far out of the zone. You see a couple of, they almost look like missed catches behind the plate. I think that that's more just unfamiliarity with each other, pitcher to catcher. You got some hard throwers out there, but sticking around the strike zone and mixing it up seems to be what everybody's game plan is.
Maddie Nichols beaten high and tight with that one. Maddie is committed to go to UCLA. Played for the U.S. national team for parts of the last 2 summers. Merced High School up toward Northern California in Merced. Runner on the move, covering with the tag and in time for the out. That cleans it up very nicely. When we come back, a conversation. One of the greatest softball players in the history of the store, Jenny Finch, the coach of the West Squad. PGF High School All-American game, East-West, the very best 36 or so heading into their senior year. Jenny Finch, what do you think of this game? Obviously, you and yours that are down there, and Amanda sitting by me, are players that laid the groundwork for these kind of opportunities, and they weren't there for you guys. You earned the world stage by playing at a different type of setting. What do you think that this exists now, a game like this?
This is so exciting. Like we told the girls before the game, this is your time to shine. You are the next. Be an example, set the standard high, and just go out there and shine. Have fun. Just what an awesome atmosphere to be in, and just what an honor it is to be out here coaching the best of the best in the future of our game.
I know you're competitive, Jenny. You're not that far removed from the game. Does this make you, this atmosphere, does it make you miss it? How bad do you want to be on the field right now?
You know, I love it. I can just sit back and enjoy, honestly. These girls, it's about them, and it's so much fun to see just the talent of the future of our sport and just how good they are. It's great to be a part of this great event.
All right, we'll start the game in a minute, so we'll go just one more question, Jenny. Here, real soon, we'll find out about the Olympics. Tell us your thoughts. Filibuster just a little more, please.
My hopes are high. We're all in for this 2020 Tokyo, Japan. Hopefully we will see softball back, and we'll be back at the world stage of where we belong, and we'll see this sport just to continue to flourish and to continue to thrive. But we need to be back on that Olympic stage. So hopefully August 3rd we'll be getting some great news.
Thank you, Jenny. Finch, get in there, make somebody run some sprints or something.
I know, let's do this.
Go scare them.
All right.
Jenny Finch, thank you very much. get mad at you and smile, and you just say, "You're not really mad at me. I don't believe you."
Yeah.
She's having fun down there. That's Alyssa Loza still in the circle. She works for her second inning.
You know, speaking of Loza, and we talked about Jenny's speech, Jenny Finch's prior to the game, if you need anything, let me know. I would just pull up a bucket right next to those coaches and pick their brain. Don't worry about this game. Just tell me about what it takes at the next level. What did you do in college to succeed? I mean, really capitalize on this opportunity.
Beautiful bunt. Brian lays it down. Of course, Brian making that incredible play in center field, taking a home run away earlier. She is on. Sierra, who's out of Newton High School in Georgia, is a Georgia commit. And here's her speed.
Look at that bat out front. Nice job of deadening the ball, and then the speed down to first base. Plays are rushed with that kind of speed.
Kendall Lindemann takes high and tight. Iowa Premier Gold. Ankeny, Iowa. Ankeny Centennial High School. She's a Jaguar, her mascot. 10 years she has been catching and working behind the plate. She'll be catching in Minnesota. 5A state championship in 2012. Team captain as an 8th grader. All-tournament team captain as an 8th grader. Rolled to the right side. Well, nice job getting the lead runner. They took a shot at the backside of it. But you get Brian off the bases. That's a big get right there. 3-0 the West squad leads it. They plated those runs in the first inning. And it could have been more because, as we told you, Sierra Bryant took a home run away up over that wall. Shannon Rhodes now. Shannon singled, was stranded back in the second inning. Texas Glory 18U team. Shelton, her coach, Coach Shelton of that squad. CF Brewer High School. He's got a walk-off grand slam this season on her resume. How about that pitch?
Changing speeds. The name of the game. And that's going to be the name of the game at that collegiate level also. Not just that changeup, but maybe throwing in that third speed. These hitters have a lot of pop in their bat.
Very close.
I just love that these players are going for that. You know, who's communicating to who that that's coming, because these athletes don't play together on a regular basis. It's either just be prepared or maybe they have some kind of signs going on.
Runs out of there. By the way, that is, I believe, Montana Dixon working behind the plate now. Here's Jamuli Pola, got the start. Committed to Stanford, Dixon is. Tried to open up and elevate that one, but it's just back of short. Put away by Jessica Harper. Going to coach Ken Drea's softball school. University of Arizona playing for Mike. Miranda Ellis started in the circle. The Beverly Bandit, the Midwest softball player. She doubled back in the second inning, an inning in which they came up empty. Crown Point High School in Indiana. Fair ball? Yes, that's a fair ball, but Ellis is hurting. She trot down, and now she's out as that one gets away. Boy, something went wrong there. You hope she's all right. Shoulder, wrist, something went wrong with that swing as she made contact. That'll end the inning. We'll keep an eye on her, see what we can find out. Step aside. Hopefully she's all right. Looks like it maybe got her right there in the knuckles. More in a minute. So we come back to you. And we have the same situation. My goodness. I'm not quite sure why we opted to call back and play on. But that's what occurred. This is the first one. Scott Mara, the home plate umpire. And it looked like it got her in tight, kind of on the hand and the wrist area. Scott calling all the teams back out. I'm guessing calling foul ball, saying that it hit her hand, but waiting a while to do so.
You know what I'm thinking? If it would have gone directly from the barrel into fair territory, that should have been an out. It was in fair, but I'm thinking maybe they might have thought it hit her some part of the body, maybe the leg before it went into fair territory, and maybe that's why they called her back.
Bless her heart, she's going to stay in and hit. This is an all-star, all-American game. There's no pressure to stay in here.
I mean, clearly just off of the very inside part of the barrel, probably part of her hand into fair territory.
All right, Miranda Ellis, you look pretty tough now. I think you got hit twice in the knuckles and you still are hitting. Wiping those tears out of her eyes, and now it's time to go back to work. My goodness. She even looked to the skies as if to stay seriously. Two and two, the count. Hang in there, Miranda. I think we're all with you now. Fouls that one back to the screen. And listen, it's nothing against you out there. But she's fortunate she still can make a fist and bend those fingers. It's 3 times it came tight in on her hands. She's hovering right back out over that plate. The 3-2 again. She's on. How about that? We'll get her a runner.
If you're Loza out there, this is a competitive atmosphere, and she's a great pitcher. And pitchers, the elite ones are taught, if you find a weakness in a hitter, you keep going at it. And if I'm a pitcher and I, for instance, have a hitter hit the ball off of their shin or jam them tight to where they can't get around, you keep hammering that spot.
Shannon Rhodes runs at first. Alyssa Brown heads out, and she is going to run at second. Brown, the Alabama native, committed to Alabama. Boy, she is really in some pain in there. Well, you hate to see that. Here's Alyssa Dalton. Runners on first and second. Dalton fouls that one off. I agree with you. You make your pitches. There's, I mean, intent zero. You're just making your pitches.
Yeah. And they were really great pitches. I mean, they did their job. Unfortunately, in a situation where it's just an all-star game and all these players going off to college, so a little bit more emotional.
Top of the 4th inning, this East squad trying to break through here with 2 outs. The painful Ellis at bat, which led to a base runner, actually is a big positive. As Alyssa Dalton takes outside, she's headed to go to Oklahoma. Cy Fair High School in Cypress, Texas. And that one is rolled foul. Hit on a line, out to second. Play is made. Inning comes to an end. We hope Ellis is all right. We played 3.5, 3-0. The West squad leads it. Bottom half of the 4th inning, we move with the West getting ready to swing the bat. Heading up that East squad is Jenny Ritter, the dominating record setter at Michigan. And you know, we talked to Jenny Fitch down there about having fun in the dugout and how much the sport is evolving and the opportunities like these, Jenny, for young players beyond you guys now, and how exciting it must be. Is it fun to see what you guys have paved the way for when you look in these dugouts?
You know what? It's so fun to see how this sport has grown, how much better these players are, how much stronger they are at this level, and it's so great to see them all in the same ball field here. They're just outstanding ball players. They're hitting the ball well. The pitching is outstanding. Their defense is solid. I love watching it.
Jenny, what do you know about 2020? Are we getting back into the Olympics?
Oh, I sure hope so. We deserve to be there. I'm fired up about it, and I'm crossing my fingers.
Okay, real quick,
Yes.
before we let them play, there is a really good gift package that goes to all these players, and that's one of your areas of expertise. Explain what we see with Wilson and DeMarini. So many good-looking things here.
Absolutely. Wilson DeMarini is kind of a one-stop shop for anything. They have solid bats, outstanding good pop. Our uniforms are just absolutely outstanding. Sublimated uniforms. The girls are all wearing them. The fit is outstanding. The catcher's gear from top to bottom, we're able to outfit them, and it has just been a great thing to be able to get these girls. We had some headphones for them, a little bit of swag, a little bit of excitement to support them, and then outfit them top to bottom in Wilson DeMarini. And it's been fun to support them and be a part of this as well.
Well, I asked you to do what I asked Finch. Get in there and make somebody run some sprints. Get in there and get some runs going or something.
You got it. You got it. We will.
Jenny Ritter joining us. That's a pleasure. Boy, a line shot hit hard and firm right to short. And a very quick out to start the inning. That ball was scalded. And a good way to announce your presence for Maddie Nichols. Nichols, of course, out of Merced High School, who is committed to head to UCLA. Right in on the hands, popped up in the middle of the diamond, and there's a base runner. I told you she came in to catch Montana Dixon, who is committed to Stanford. Dixon is on. Now Dixon will be run for. Montana SoCal A's competitor out of Lakewood, California. First team Flow softball All-American and a 4-time All-American catcher. Premier Girls Fast Pitch All-American game. Mia Caruso has that one fly right by her. She chases high. NorCal Bat Busters, Moose. Which fits nicely into that Camuso name. She's been playing, she says, in places like Shasta High, and for the NorCal Bat Busters, she's been playing softball for 13 years. Going to Oregon. Did she get there with the tag? No, she missed the tag coming across. To stride across and pop that tag down. Morgan McCallum was there, but unable to.
Yeah, this is a tough tag when you're running full on towards that base. To get that glove all the way down, and Bates just manages to get underneath that tag.
That one sails over the outside corner. That's strike 3, Maggie Baint. So we've seen Maggie for about 4 or 5 batters. What are you seeing in the circle for Maggie Baint, the young pitcher out of Pennsylvania?
There's really great momentum and pace out there on the mound. She's working it down in the zone, which is good, but she's coming up also, so you're changing levels, planes of the ball. There's that up pitch, but then she's not afraid to come down and inside. Just a nice job of painting both sides of the plate.
Santa Clarita, California, Canyon High School Amanda Doyle is headed to LSU. And Doyle, like a lot of athletes, her bumps in the road that she remembers the most, that built the most character, is battling back from an ACL tear her junior year in high school. A lot of rehab and a lot of going to the ballpark and just watching your teammates play. And you get to feel like you're 100% and you get to pedal a bicycle for 2 more weeks. That's what you want to do when you're hurt. Swing the bat like that. 1-2 the count.
And that's that nice inside pitch. And a place on the corner where even these really tough hitters who get a good part of the barrel on it, they usually end up going foul. Trying to clear the hands.
MVP and Defensive Player of the Year when we talk about Amanda Doyle at Canyon Country High School. There's some learning going on now. That's what you're talking about in the dugout. Pretty well struck, but down off the end of the bat. In the end, that one is put away by Alyssa Brown. We move along with 4 in the books. 3-0, the West squad on top. PGF All-Americans. Where we hope we have future Olympians and many former Olympians. Elena Konkar standing by with another former Olympian here in the stands. Elena, take it away.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm here with Lisa Fernandez, 3-time gold Olympian. Lisa, what do you see from this All-American game and these future D1 athletes?
It's been so impressive. It's just so exciting to be able to see how the sport has grown. You know, more important, these girls are a great example for these kids that are in the stands, just really to see how the game is played. And it's competitive. You know, these guys are out there showcasing a very high level of softball.
And how has the game evolved since you were a young athlete?
Well, you know, that was a little while ago, but we won't be talking about age or anything here. But it's been exciting for me to just see how the sport has really grown, even from 1996 when I was on the Olympic team and we took a tour throughout the country trying to promote the game, to see now where it's gone and now where it's at. It's just been incredible to be able to see, and I'm so fortunate and blessed to have been a part of it. Obviously to be able to have these kids out there, to have the opportunities that they have now, it's just tremendous.
Well, thanks for coming out. The girls really look up to you. Back to you, Darren.
Good stuff, and I know you're one of those, so it's an enjoyable interview to do. Our resident college catcher, Elena Konkar, out there with the conversation. Mariah Lopez is in the circle now as we jump just to make sure we recognize and introduce you to Mariah. All right, some lineup changes going on that we'll do our best to keep track of, again, so we can remind you who's out there, introduce you to these talented players. By the way, Mariah, an Oklahoma commit out of Saugus High School. That's a base hit into left field. And for the East squad, Morgan McCallum, who came on to play short. McCallum with a base hit, came on for Taylor Ellis.
Now batting number 26, Nicole Mendez.
Nicole Mendez grounded out to short. Lopez for the OC Batbuster squad. We mentioned that good work at Saugus High School. She's having a pretty tough go of it. A couple of firm strikes on the other end. And here's some noise, down 3-0 from the East. Back-to-back singles, Mendez that time.
The East making a little push now. Getting later in the game, and they were talking a big game before the start, so getting these base runners on now here in the top of the 5th inning.
Madison Nuikas Midwesterner, and Madison goes to work, has that one sail high and tight. Madison plays for the Beverly Bandits, the Illinois-based team. Chicago Marist High School, committed to James Madison. That one with some heat on it, sails high and up and away. Madison hit .491 this season. First team All-Area her senior year before heading to James Madison. That one just in and off the plate. Bandits, the Beverly Bandits, really one of those strong clubs in the center of the United States, correct?
Absolutely.
Joe Conroy there, head man. And it's not just players from Chicago, it's players from, well, players close enough to drive there in a day, basically.
Yeah, it's almost a regional team. Players will drive hours to be a part of it and get the exposure and get out to these big tournaments.
Noikis rolls that one. She drove all this way to get to the airport and then to take a flight out to California, drive and a run, and she did so. And so it's the Beverly Bandit that comes through first. Madison Noikis out of Chicago Marist High School, headed to James Madison here real soon, and 3-1 is the score.
And it's just a nice job of putting the ball up the middle. Not a real hard swing, but just connecting on a middle out pitch, and that drives in a run, the first for the East.
Bunt, drop down, and it's a foul ball. "12 hits between these two teams. 3-1 is the score. The West squad on top. Georgia, Florida, Oregon, Alabama, Pitt, Oklahoma, Baylor, Kentucky, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arkansas, Stanford, Cal, Nebraska, UCLA, Michigan, Fullerton, Tennessee, just to name a few. Commitments. Everybody on this roster is committed, but those are just to name a few teams that are awaiting these players. There's no yawn at all involved in that list.
All you two, here we go.
Got on top of that one somehow, trying to use her speed, got her. Not quite sure how Alyssa went out there, and that's just a player committed to hitting it on the ground. That's what makes a great player great, I guess.
You just put that ball right down in front of her, and it almost looks like another miss hit, but look at the speed. This ball right back to the pitcher, a nice throw, and she still nearly beats it out.
Taylor Conwent gets another at bat. The Wisconsin native was catching, working behind the plate earlier. 19th in Flow Sports 2016 Hot 100 with Tosa Central High School. Into right, it's run down out there. And the inning comes to an end. Hard charging. And that's Kelsey Whitmore with the play. 3-1 the score. The East strikes. PGF All-American. You know, we saw that great gift package that the players get just a couple of innings ago, the great DeMarini uniforms, but the Ringer shoes were part of it, and they are good looking. Marketing manager for Ringer, and Joelle Fanger joins us up here in the broadcast booth. You know, I was saying to you, the evolution of your company must be so proud. I wore Ringer when I pitched in the minor leagues. Ringer really is craved by softball players now. The technology, the shoe, explain why softball players enjoy your product so much.
Well, right now we are actually the only company that just does softball only. So we have really looked at these girls we take their feedback, we look at what they're looking for, what they want, what makes them comfortable, what makes them play well. And it's a great place to be, that these girls that inspire us every day to be better athletes, better players, and better teammates are able to wear ringer at the highest level.
What do they want? I mean, obviously, anybody who wears anything in sports, we all were involved in that. You want to look good, you want to have some style, but what are some of the other things with regard to, especially elite players like this? What do they tell you?
Comfort, number one, but they are girls, so appearance, correct, of course. And we have an interesting pattern on the bottom of our cleat that is state-of-the-art. It helps the girls move how they need to move to make the plays. Super comfortable, and are great for kids from at every age, all the way up to the NPF.
And why PGF? I mean, I understand there are a lot of players here, but why was PGF the right fit for you guys?
We've had a great relationship with the PGF, and want to thank Dan Haye and the PGF for inviting us to be a part of the first ever All-American Games. It's a great way for us to showcase these cleats, but also showcase, how to inspire young athletes to be the best they can be every day, either the best teammate, the best athlete, the best daughters. And, Ringer is a huge fan of growing this game, and watching these amazingly dedicated and very confident young athletes play at the top of their game right now is just really important for us, and we're really excited to be here.
So you're in your area. You guys are experts, and so in your area, I'll ask the same question we asked Lisa Fernandez and our Olympian standing next to me on my right, and Sue Enquist. The state of this sport, the evolution and the desire for athletes to play softball a lot of times over other sports that we've seen. Your thoughts on what you've seen in dealing with these athletes and how much softball is holding on to true athletes?
Boy, softball players are a unique athlete. They're tough, they're determined, they're confident, they play in the elements. I think it takes a certain kind of athlete to really be incredibly successful at this sport. These girls are so dedicated, and we've been very lucky to have athletes like Monica Abbott wearing our shoes and being an amazing ambassador for this sport.
Joelle, we really appreciate it, and thank you, and thanks to Ringer for being a part of this great event.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Joelle Fager, Marketing Director for Ringer, and as we talked about, come a long way since fledgling minor leaguers were attempting to wear the product. It's now a softball elite product for softball only, and that's a great thing as that one sails away. And a big part of this All-American game and PGF as a whole. Mackenzie Bosel, committed to South Carolina, California native. Mackenzie pulls that one foul. Still more teaching going on there. Bouncing ball high to the right side. Out of the circle, making the play in time for the out. And so a nice job and a very clean inning. Katie Chronister, the Florida commit. Kendall Lindemann to lead things off this PG All-American Game. Premier Girls Fastpitch. PGF Mariah Lopez in the circle. And Dan Haye, the president and CEO of PGF, joining us in the broadcast booth. Look, you and I have been talking about this game for several years. It's happening tonight. We've seen home runs being robbed. We've seen elite speed. You have great partnership. Just simple. The fan in me says, this is what it's all about. I mean, the fan in you and the coach in you's got to love what you're seeing.
Absolutely. This is absolutely exciting. We got a record-setting crowd here. Families coming from all over Southern California and really all over the country. They're still here from nationals. Some of them are coming into town for next week's nationals, but we got a packed house, and we're loving every bit of it.
All right, so interesting to put together these rosters. It's not just in a back room with a bunch of scouts who have seen players. Who do you need to thank for pulling together these two rosters?
Yeah, you see a fantastic show being put on here, but before we got to this part of this, we had selection committee made up of the Gatorade Player of the Year, USA Today, Flow Sports, PGF, and then on-deck softball. And on-deck softball, Joanne and Derek Allister were the ones that vetted all of these players throughout the country, over 300 to 400 athletes throughout the country to get to these rosters. And they put in 2 or 3 months worth of hard work and handed the list over to us finally. And I can't thank them enough for the amount of work they did. And then once we got the list, you're seeing the results right now on television.
Kendall Lindemann hit that one hard, drives it into right field, so that's fun to see for her. Jordan Roberts, a catcher, and the Florida commit. We're talking with Dan Haye as Roberts digs into the box, president and CEO of Premier Girls Fastpitch. What was the reaction when you reached out to players? This is something new in the softball arena, first of its kind. What was the reaction of the families, the players, the coaches, when you started sharing you're coming to our All-American game?
Without a doubt, no hesitation whatsoever. 97% of the players that we asked to participate are here tonight from across the country. And those that couldn't make it, most of them were due to injuries that they have suffered over the last 30 days in the grueling showcase circuit and the softball circuit throughout the country. But everyone basically said yes.
So that showcase circuit, I want to ask you about that because that has changed. You guys have helped change it. Not that there's too many, not even close. There are so many, but they're so regional now. You don't have to go as far. The coaches can go place to place and do their recruiting better. The players can show themselves better. You guys are evolving the concept of showcases, and explain to us how.
Well, basically the rest of the country is getting more intelligent about how to put this together. Years ago, it was basically California, Texas,
right?
Florida that had these showcases, and the rest of the country. That's why there's so much parity in the country right now as far as these teams. And we're seeing, as we saw earlier today, the 12 and under championship, 2 Texas teams instead of 2 California teams. We had 2 Texas teams, and most of these semifinals and quarterfinals of all these nationals were teams from Alabama, Chicago, Pennsylvania. Texas, Florida, they're coming from all over now, and the top 10 is, littered with out-of-state teams now, instead of primarily being dominated by California.
Back-to-back base hits. Carolyn Hedgecock now with the chance to hit. She's an Illinois native. She's an Arkansas commit. We're talking with Dan Haye, the CEO of PGF, and then there's that dugout and those coaches. Somehow we've heard of all of them. Jenny Ritter, Garland Cooper, Susie Brasney, Jenny Finch, Tony Mascarenas, and Crystal Bustos. How quickly did they all say yes? Because that is a really big-time group to put together.
Yeah, they did the same thing as the players did. They're all personal friends of mine, and when I asked, they didn't hesitate. And I can't thank them enough because that is a Hall of Fame, Olympic, all-world roster, as Amanda Freed knows right here. She played with a lot of these folks, and the one that I'm getting the kick out of the most is Susie Brasney. She's been a local Southern California junior college coach for the last 25 years, and she's a Hall of Famer. She goes back before Jenny and a lot of them, and she was one of the best players in the world. So it's great to have her out there. She's having a blast.
Rally for the East squad. Alyssa Dalton hitting with the bases full. Another minute or two with Dan Haye with nobody out. Dan, the president and CEO, and the man behind this great night, this celebration of softball, the first of its kind. Premier Girls Fastpitch, all heading into their senior year All-American game, the very best players. 36-player roster. When you combine these 2 rosters, and the week and the 2 weeks, let's get back to outside of this game, the national championships, like the Rico Firecrackers just winning the 18U Premier and for the first time, but teams from Texas, teams from Tennessee, an all-Texas final. We touched on that just a little bit ago. These 2 weeks are special. Describe how they're different. This is very young, and then 18U, and then a ton of college coaches come in for the 14s and 16s, correct?
Correct. We put the age groups together on purpose because we're at the end of the recruiting period. The end of July, the colleges are out of recruiting dates that they can go watch kids. On August 1st, that completely turns over again. So we have the 18s who are mostly committed and the 10s and 12s the first week, and then we bring in the 14 and 16 and under division, which is the highest recruiting division.
Right.
And now it's after August 1st, so all the colleges come out, and we have probably 400 to 500 colleges that will be attending this next week.
So a great opportunity for young high school players to get past the ID phase and maybe get an offer and do so out here. Final question, and this to me is the biggest part. This is why I love coming back, because you guys push this to the forefront. You make it mandatory, and that's what you give back to this community, because this community supports you. You're on fields all over this community playing softball, and that's the John Wayne Cancer Institute. I know even locally with a local player, all of it comes together, unfortunately, with the young local players, near and dear to your heart this year.
Yeah, we had a young lady that came down with cancer just a little over a month ago, and we knew something was up with her for the last 9 months, but she didn't really know. These top athletes play with pain all the time, and they normally won't tell you when they're hurt.
Right.
And when they finally found out, it was pretty major, and our prayers are with her, and we've gotten a lot of support from the John Wayne Cancer Institute. They have stepped up big time and got in touch with their physicians and really worked with their physicians to give them all the support they can. And because of what they do for us, we've, over the last 4 years, donated a little over $200,000 from donations from the teams and the players and from PGF to this great cause.
Best part of all the things you told us. Dan, thanks for having us back again this year. Congratulations
Thank you so
on
much.
this night. I mean, this is really neat.
Can't thank you and Amanda enough. Thank you, Darren.
This is a pleasure. Dan Haye, the president and CEO, joining us. We've got ourselves a little bit of a rally down here, and we've got ourselves a ball game. That's a bases-loaded walk. A run will score. Taylor Ellis. Ellis, who is headed to play for Texas. And the score is 3-2. Jenny Finch is out. A little bit of a pep talk. If folks don't mind, I'm just going to enjoy this softball game and call them out by name. I'm done keeping score. We'll see what happens. We'll just keep introducing you to players as they come on and enjoy watching it all together. But this East squad has been dying for this opportunity. There's, as we talked about, it's all fun and games when Jenny smiled on the camera. You know, she was making sure she sold her bats and shoes and uniforms. She's in there wanting to win. Not that Jenny. She'll keep smiling. The other one's a little tougher on the other side. Jenny Ritter. Yeah, see? Yeah, we know the killer side to her with all she accomplished. Inside, that one misses. No, grabs the corner. Late call of a strike from behind home plate. This is Morgan McCallum. Single in the 5th inning. Morgan, the middle infielder. Right there on the knuckles, fouls it back our way. Texas Glory, she's a Kentucky commit. Mesquite High School. 28th player in the country, according to Flow Softball. He's trying to clean things up, get some outs if he can. High fly ball left field. Here we go. Here's the tag. The throw from left. We are tied. All right, East squad. There you have it. 3-3 score. Sac fly and an RBI. And now Claire Jenkins. Out of Coleman, Alabama. Pitches inside to Jenkins.
It's hard to take the competitiveness out of these athletes.
And you bet it means something. There are still a couple of runners out there, too. The go-ahead run is out there right now. Bouncing ball, easy chance, but a big inning. A pair of runs score. The boss comes into the booth, and everybody starts hitting. 3-3, PGF, All-American. Boy, this is fun. Perfect. Just realizing on camera, I have the Squidward hat. You bet. Great t-shirt, by the way, the young ladies were wearing down there. Single, no box check. Taken, no box check. Playing softball, check. Fun stuff. Hey, we were having a great interview, and I'm glad we did, introducing ourselves to Ringer, but we need to introduce Katie Chronister a little bit. She makes a tough pitch in on the hands, and Katie will deal with the base runner. Jenna Holcomb fights it off, the Tennessee commit, and Jenna is on. But Chronister is out of Inferno Hill, New Jersey. New Jersey Intensity is her team. She actually is out of Florida, Gainesville High School. So she does some traveling to play the New Jersey Intensity KOD. She's a Gator. She's a Florida Gator commit. So Katie Chronister in the circle. From the left side, she sails that one high and away. You got a pipe check, by the way, in the batter's box. Leah Jordan, those sleeves rolled up. She's getting comfortable. She wants to show the muscles off a little bit, see if she can drive one out of here. Take those strong arms and hit it over the boards. Jordan takes a strike, 3-1 the count. Leah, her mates call her. Been playing for a dozen years. Her dad's always been her coach. Rec League and All-Stars, travel ball, senior year of high school. Bonita Vista High School. Bouncing ball, middle of the diamond. One, and not in time. So Jordan reaches. She is out there as the lead runner, with a runner at second now out.
Ball hit well, nice turn up the middle, almost gets that double play. Bang, bang play, Jordan safe.
Madison Uden now. Madison from the west side of Phoenix, Glendale Kellis High School, is a Michigan commit. Plays for the Firecrackers. That's a tough lefty-lefty matchup. Number 78 Flow Softball's top 100. All-state honors, one of the top players in the state of Arizona. Stayed back as long as she can. She fouls that one off. Sunrise Mountain, a local rival school. She homered against them, one of her first at-bats her freshman year. Still her greatest moment. Tonight, she might top it. Just got the lead runner sliding in. So Uden reaches on a fielder's choice ground out. And get Aaliyah Nicole Jordan out for the second out of the inning.
Number 5, Nicole Bates.
This All-American game. With Nicole Bates now. She's got a couple of hits on their resume tonight. First, second inning. National championship trophy on her mantle for quite some time now, though I'm guessing that most players that are going to college won't have mantles for about 10 years. Bookshelf, desk. Waves right over the top of that one. Chronister, solid. The southpaw keeps it right where it's at. Her team trying to grab the lead. The East wants this one. They'll swing in a minute. Seventh inning, tied up 3-3. PGF All-American game. The very best high school players heading into their senior year gathered on one diamond here at Deanna Manning Stadium, Bill Barber Park in beautiful Irvine, California. 18U Premier, 18U Platinum. 10U and 12U national champions all earned today. Maddie Nichols goes to work, buries it inside. Nichols out of Merced High School. UCLA gets her call to head into the circle now. Remember the big RBI by Noikis to get the East squad off to Schneid a couple of innings ago. Madison, who plays for the Beverly Bandits. She gets another shot to start an inning, maybe a go-ahead inning for the East. Patiently awaits. She takes high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes to count. Ball 4. There's your go-ahead run.
The East is feeling it. They want to play to run and then just go back on defense and hold the West.
Alyssa Brown now. Elmore County, Eclectic Alabama. A softball team that has really invested in its growth and draws players not just from Alabama. There are plenty of talented players in the state of Alabama, but the Birmingham Thunder really becoming a destination in the South, much like we talked about the Beverly Bandits in the Midwest and in the North. For the last 2 years, just simply put, we have seen, as Amanda and I have called national championship games, partnership with the Thunder, wanting to make sure that people are aware of their growth. And that's who she plays for. Talking about Alyssa Brown. 3-3 is PGF All-American game. That one hugs the line. That's a foul ball.
When these girls just pitcher after pitcher coming in, they're so strong, and these hitters just continue to put up together good quality at bats, making their job difficult.
There's no play there. I think what happens when you make a play like that, you don't anticipate the jump that she got, and it was a really good look at that.
Yeah, either a hit and run or just a straight steal, and typically that's a no-brainer getting the lead runner, but instead you got to pick your head up, look to see how far that runner is, and then get the shore out.
One and 0 the count to Sierra Bryant, who has the play of the night still, and it was so early in the night when she took a home run away. Leah Jordan drove a ball that was going over the wall in right center field. Sierra had nothing to do with wanting to let that go over, as she went up over the wall, robbed of a home run this time. High bouncing ball, just getting out front to make the tag. That's a great decision there, as it's now into the circle. The aggression with which she made that play running at the runner kept the base runner in her mind instead of turning on her back and going to the bag.
Yep.
Number 16, Hedgehog.
It's Mia Camuso making that decision. All buttoned up and ready to go now. All right, that's one out. Field draws in. Erin Hedgecock fouls that one off the screen. Downers Grove South High School for Hedgecock. The Illinois Gatorade Player of the Year. She could pitch, by the way, this season. Sub-1 ERA, 14-1. 0-2.
I've seen a lot of athletic pitchers come up to the plate also. Miranda Elish comes up, gets a base hit.
High pop, back up second. That's not enough. So it stays right there. Runners at second and third.
Now batting number 32, Jordan Roberts.
Live Oak, Swanee High School. Jordan Roberts, Team Mizuno. Hit .414 with a .583 on base this year. Knocked down. The play is made. The inning ends, and it is. Otherwise, a run would have scored. We are tied at 3. Maybe some drama on the other side of this break. All-American game locked up. All right, so we were talking about it earlier. The money play. The Sports Center Web Gem. The top 10 play. Jordan to center field. Sierra Bryant. This is in the first inning, a preview to what the night would offer. And Bryant, the Georgia commit, racing back, going up and over the wall, and that was fun, and let's see what she's got here defensively as we get ready to go. From the left side, Nicole Mendez. The Texas native is headed to Oklahoma. Homeschooled and plays her travel softball with Diamond Sports. 11th ranked on Flow Softball's 2016 Hot 100. It's the only travel softball, no high school softball at all. For the pitcher in the circle. That got her, that hurt.
Talking about coming into a game in a high pressure situation. Tie ball game, bottom of the 7th inning.
Now batting number 1.
Typically as a pitcher, you have an inning or so. You want to start the game off as strong and as quick as you can, but you have 7 innings to deal with, but not in this situation, coming in a relief role.
Mia Camuso, line drive, dying out there, the flip. And the lead runner is erased, so Camuso looked like she had squared it up when actuality was down off the end of the bat and turned into an out.
Yeah, nice job of coming right back at the next hitter.
Now batting number 9, Amanda Doyle.
Should this game be tied through 7, the international tiebreaker will be employed, and we will explain how that works, the rules of the ITB. Should we be playing in the 8th inning? For the West squad, Amanda Doyle. Doyle takes just off the plate.
It's a nice looking changeup from Mendez.
We got you, Kat. Good top, middles, good top. Lead on goal, all you can. Fire lefty. Watch three, watch three, watch
Swing and a miss, and it goes in and out of the catcher's mitt, so an advantageous strike, because there's your winning run. Bouncing ball, playing back on it, on across, second out.
Here we go, guys. Tune in, tune in.
Kayla Conwin out there at third base now. And now Alyssa Barrera. That one now, as it sails away, sends the winning run to third.
And this pitch just gets away. It looks like a curveball. Just pulled a little bit too far on the outside corner. And again, we talk about that pitcher-catcher communication, and these batteries don't have an opportunity to ever work together. So trying to adjust to different types of movements can be difficult. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the West has their winning run on third base.
All right, things are calmed down, but bottom line, one more of those, and that's the ball game. And this changes things for Barrera. Her approach, just put it somewhere on the ground. And that's why that's a good spot.
Yeah, Barrera trying to end this game with that one swing.
Trying to win it for the West. Bouncing ball, middle of the diamond, and she does. The West squad wins it. The first ever Premier Girls Fast Pitch All-American game. A little bit of wildness in the final inning, but in the end, you have to get the hit. And it was delivered by Alyssa Barrera. So the West squad wins it, and they do so by a score of 4-3. Jenny Finch and her team, they take it away. And for Barrera, it's been some kind of a day, hasn't it? When you think of what she has been enjoying all throughout this day with regard to her national championship before this game, and then a walk-off single.
Your day can't get much better than that. So national championship walk-off single. The West takes this game, the first All-American game. Looking forward to many more years of this kind of competition on this stage.
What'd you think, Freed? It was a great collection of players, a good celebration of the sport, wasn't it?
It was an excellent collection of players on the field, and they performed. They just flat out left it on the field, and you want these best players to leave it out there. I think they did. They did not disappoint, and I'm thrilled with where our game is today.
Yeah, and you think about it, you bring them all out there, and this is the way that it looks, and the big plays happen with the talented players. The legendary coaches, Jenny Ritter in the East squad and Jenny Finch in the West squad, and the assistants on those squads, legends in their own right, Garland Cooper and Susie Brasney and Tony Mascarenas and Crystal Bustos. And just a wonderful night of softball. 4-3 the final score, and a wonderful week comes to an end for Premier Girls Fast Pitch Softball. National championships, and now things get ready to just spin right over for the 14s and the 16s. Let's go on down to Elena Conker standing by with the winning coach, Jenny Finch. Take it away.
Congratulations, Jenny. How does it feel for the West team to beat the East team once again?
It feels great to get the W, but most importantly, we saw just how great the future is for our sport and how bright it is, and look for these faces in the Women's College World Series next year, and just what a thrill it was to be a part of this great experience.
What was the atmosphere in the dugout with these the next D1 players in the country?
You know, it was so much fun because they didn't really know each other either. So just kind of figuring out, meeting each other, and kind of a little softball talk of, you know, their game plans or their different techniques, fundamentals. It was fun just to get to know them and them to get to know each other.
Well, congratulations again. Back to you, Darren.
All right, great stuff. We want to thank Jenny Finch, Jenny Ritter. We want to thank Dan Haye, the CEO of Premier Girls Fast Pitch, and our producer, director in the truck, John Walsh. For Amanda Freed and our entire PGF crew here in Irvine, California, I'm Darren Sutton saying so long from the Anna Manning Stadium. Congratulations to that West squad as they win it, the first ever Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship. We want to thank you for watching the exclusive presentation of Premier Girls Fast Pitch. It was that kind of a night. Don't forget, coming up next, College Football Live right here on ESPNU. We'll see all of them on campus next year. We'll see you at the ballpark.